Hello everyone. Hello. Happy greetings to you wherever you are. I'm just going to strap this in and welcome. Happy weekend to you if it is already your weekend when you are tuning in. Here in Dubai, we have an extended weekend. It is a 4-day weekend. We get Friday and Monday off because of an Islamic holiday. It's the Feast of Sacrifice. You can read more about it if you want to on your own. But in any case, today's video, what I'm just sharing from my end personally, I am a certified life coach and also a certified yoga teacher. So whatever I share is just my own views, my own experience and perspective and take on this weird and wacky, magical life that we all live and experience. And so today's video, I wanted to just show some of the plant milk that I buy because I don't consume milk in liquid form and I try to stay away from it completely. I became vegan when I was in 2017 and I stayed vegan really straight and respecting on the straight and narrow for 3 years. But then in 2020, I started reintroducing some animal proteins into my diet, and that included dairy, like cottage cheese and what else? Non-fat cottage cheese, not milk. I don't drink liquid milk per se. I never really find the need for it or desire, except if I was in a pinch and I didn't have any other kind of liquid alternative to add to my decaf coffee or tea. But then I am just focusing nowadays more on consuming whole foods and non-dairy because I noticed that it tends to mess with my gut, with my microbiome, with my immunity, and it just kind of destabilizes me in a way. I don't know if that's psychological or not necessarily, and I don't believe it's only psychological because a lot of people are allergic to milk, to dairy, and they're unable to consume it. They're lactose intolerant. Dairy from the cow is not even meant for human consumption because it's meant for baby cows who are growing and need that level of growth and hormones. Humans are supposed to be raised on their mother's milk up until a certain age, and then they're weaned off and it's no longer necessary. So anyway, I'm not here to espouse the benefits, the pros and cons of this or that in terms of dairy consumption. It's up to you, whatever you do for your health and for your lifestyle, whatever works for your culture and your own values and makes you feel aligned, healthy, vibrant, and in alignment with you, with yourself. For my life, I wanted to just share the plant milks that I have at the moment that I use and why I chose them. So today I went to Spinneys and I bought this soy organic plant milk. This is a good brand that I like, Rude Health. I don't know if they provide that, if they sell this in the US. I don't think so. This is from the UK. And the reason I like this brand and this one in particular is because when I choose plant milk, I always read the ingredients. Just because it says vegan or plant-based or non-dairy, it does not mean necessarily that it's healthy for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's better or that it is a healthier option. Not necessarily. It's not inherently better. Why? Because if you read the ingredients, that's more revealing and important and significant. The ingredients will indicate if there are any added chemicals, preservatives, other components that are artificial and created in a laboratory that are not ideal for human consumption, ingestion, and for residing with our gut microbiome. What are some of those things? Well, it could be a series of emulsifiers and thickeners and preservatives, and those emulsifiers and thickeners and preservatives they can disrupt the gut microbiome and disrupt the functioning of the good beneficial bacteria that we need residing in our organism, in our colon, in our intestines for proper digestion, breakdown, assimilation, etc. of the food and drinks that we ingest. So what are emulsifiers? Like what I look for usually is soy lecithin, which is an emulsifier, and also carrageenan. Carrageenan is one of those components. I believe it's a thickener that is included abundantly in a lot of products that you'll see at the stores and supermarkets that disrupts the gut microbiome, and that it can even kind of kill and destabilize the beneficial gut bacteria that we need and that are important to our thriving. Carrageenan, soy lecithin, locust gum, gellan gum. Those are some examples of things that I avoid and don't like to consume. I'm just looking here at another plant milk. So I showed you this soy organic plant milk, and it is vegan, and I read the ingredients, and this is from a brand called Rude Health, and I just buy this one because this particular item has no added other components that I don't like, or like chemicals and things. What are the ingredients? So you turn to the back of the box, whatever product that you're buying. I don't know if you can focus there, but in any case, it has water, organic soybeans, 12%, organic rice syrup, which means that's a sugar. Okay, that's fine. It's not white sugar, so it passes the test. If it said white sugar, then I wouldn't buy it, because then that's basically just a sugar milk. You can just it's basically looking for a different kind of product and not like a clean, pure plant milk. It would be more like a Nesquik or an Ovaltine or a Milo kind of powder or substance, like chocolate milk, strawberry milk, that kind of thing. But that's not what I was aiming for. So organic rice syrup, it says organic, that's nice. And then it has sea salt. Okay, it has a little bit of salt. I don't necessarily go out of my way to look for salt. I don't need it or prefer it. I don't add it to my food. But I do consume it sometimes. If I buy something, it could be in some kind of bread that I might consume from time to time, or in one of these buckwheat crackers that I have at the moment, where the ingredients are just water and buckwheat flour and some salt. So yeah, so it's just 4 ingredients. So for me, it passes my test. And then I always read the calories, how much per 100 milliliters. So for me, it's fine because it's 43 calories. It's 1.6 grams of fat, and it has 3 grams of protein. Okay, I didn't necessarily buy it because of the protein. I know some people, they go for soy specifically because it's supposed to have the protein amount or content, as does almond milk. Almond milk is another one that I like to buy from this brand. However, just because it's this brand and this item, this brand also has another item. It's like another kind of plant milk that actually I read today in the supermarket, and it did have some kind of preservative, and it did have soy lecithin, I believe, and a thickener, locust gum and gellan gum. And the laboratories that synthesize these milks, that produce it, they include these chemicals to make it more delicious, to make the milk more palatable for the consumers, and to sell more. So that's the point. Water break. Right. So the other plant milk that I have is this coconut organic one. This is another decent brand, Koita. However, not always. Just because the brand sells one item that works doesn't mean that the whole range of products they offer will be, passable according to your standards. This one doesn't necessarily, but I bought it because they didn't have another thing at the moment in the supermarket. And this one, the reason why I say it's not ideal is because this one, if you read the ingredients, again, read the ingredients, make sure you know what's inside the item. Just because it says, if something says healthy or vegan or plant-based or whole, it doesn't mean that it really is for you, according to your standards and lifestyle. Why in this one? Well, this one has flour, actually. And another thing that it has is stabilizers. So this one has water, organic rice extract, organic coconut milk, stabilizers. And what are stabilizers? This would be organic carob seed flour. So they're putting flour in the milk. Why? Maybe to make it tastier and to thicken it up. That's my hypothesis. Then there's gellan gum, and gum indicates something to thicken and to make it like more desirable consistency, so it's not so watery, because this milk is low in fat. So when things are low in fat, it will be the liquid will be more watery. And people generally, consumers, they like to have a thick kind of sense to the palate when they're putting it in their milk. That's why cow's milk full fat is so popular and timeless, because that's the taste people are going for, the mouthfeel. And also salt. So this one has just plain salt and natural coconut flavor. So in this item, it also highlighted other elements and components that I prefer to not include in my plant milks, that when I see them in the product, I don't buy it. The other ones that are showing up here, stabilizers, so flour. If there's like white sugar, even cane sugar is sugar, and carob seed flour, I don't really see why I want to put flour. Like, would you put just flour if you were making your coffee or tea at home? Would you just put flour into your beverage? I don't think so. But somehow the laboratory and factory, they synthesize the product. They produce it in this nice thing, this nice outcome product, and then they combine it in some kind of machine so that it comes out homogeneously and palatably ingestible. And also coconut flavors, even when they say it's natural, it's not really natural, because it's still made in a laboratory. It's still being fabricated synthetically, artificially. So the flavor is not really there. If you wanted like real coconut flavor, yes, they'd probably need to get the real original coconut and shred the white coconut and then like liquefy it and then extract the liquid from that purified jelly. So it's a whole process, and that's not what they did. They just took a synthetic chemical from a laboratory and they included it along with other stabilizers and with the gum, the gellan gum, the rice extract, and the salt. So you can see why when you start to see all these weird names, like even sometimes when I see like marine algae, seaweed, that one is passable. But then sometimes it comes along with other enhanced vitamins like phosphates and monophosphates and like I think pyrophosphates. I mean, as soon as I start to see phosphates and just an additional thing, for me, what I want is just, for instance, almond milk, right? Almonds, water, and maybe they add some sea salt. Often they do that for the taste. That's all right. 3 ingredients. That's all you need. And so that's why I mentioned that, you know, vegan milk is not necessarily better or healthier, because if you have a whole bunch of other synthetic chemicals that you don't know where to buy them, you couldn't make it in your house if you wanted to, compared to just having a traditional full regular like milk. What do you see in the ingredients? Cow's milk. And that's it. So that would be a whole food. Whether it's beneficial for you, that might be related. Then you'd have to look at how it impacts your immunity, how it impacts your digestion. Do you get gas and bloating from lactose? Are you lactose intolerant? Does it make you break out? Is there something else really? Is it the fat in the milk? Do you just have skim milk? You know, so this is why reading the ingredients is so vital and critical. And I highlighted these two brands to contrast that, I'm not perfect. I buy these in a pinch and I use it from time to time because I'm really, I don't live a purist life right now as much as I would love to, my dream. But in this environment, my life, my decisions, I'm at capacity at this moment in my life. And maybe you can relate with the different pressures and demands in your life. But these are two good brands depending on the specific item that you're choosing in their range of products. So Koita is a good brand and it's perfect for oat milk. Oat milk in this like tiny portion size. They sell it for 200 milliliters, ml, and it's perfect. It's only oats, water, and I think it has sea salt or something, but it's just those three ingredients, which is ideal. But obviously, this product is also in the same branding, but with coconut milk, it's a different story. They just added more synthetic chemicals. Rude Health is another example. This brand for this particular soy drink that I've never bought before. This is new to me today, but I bought it because the ingredients are passable and I thought, let's give it a go. I've tried their cashew milk and their hazelnut milk, which also passed my test. But looking in the shop today, they had a barista almond milk version. I did not buy that. Why? Because they had more added chemicals. They had I think they had the locust gum, the gellan gum, the thickeners, and I didn't see carrageenan, but you get my gist. So in this particular soy drink, it works for this soy barista beverage, but not for the other options. Same with Koita, and the same with other brands, which you'll find in your supermarket. So my encouragement and takeaway from this message is just because something says healthy or sounds healthy or is labeled by healthy by, whomever, the doctor, the influencer, your friend, your neighbor, your parents, your sister, your brother, it doesn't matter. What matters is how something affects your individual body and how it fits in with your lifestyle and how it aligns with your values and your beliefs, your health, and also read the ingredients. That's my encouragement to myself. I always whip it around. I check the ingredients because even when I'm at my most tired and spent capacity and I want to buy junk food and just be like, I just want a biscuit, I still eventually read the ingredients and I see like a whole, litany of chemicals and things, and it's just such a long list of things, and I'm just like, I can't put that in my body right now. I don't want to deal with this nonsense. And then this is what helps me. So maybe this can help you too if you're seeking to just, boost the quality of the food you're eating, or just, it might help in once when you're at the supermarket or store today and tomorrow and these coming days. You whip it around, check the ingredients, and you might be astonished what you find. Because not just the ingredients are vital, but also the calories and the fat content and the sugar content. Because it can be loaded with sugar, which you don't want, but were it not for being in that product automatically, you wouldn't have it. But if you buy it and drink it and eat it, you will put that in your body, and that will have to be metabolized by yourself, which your body may or may not be able to metabolize efficiently, and you may not be able to exercise it off or to utilize it in the holistic picture, the overall big picture of how you eat and drink and move and live and sleep on a daily basis. So white sugar, brown sugar added is not necessary. It's not doing us any favors. It's not going to kill you right now. But, that's the least of my worries in this moment in time. What I just want to highlight is about the chemicals and how I choose my plant milk. And I will always choose a plant milk over a dairy version, just because the dairy I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't know. I just switched it off. I'm just not there anymore. And we just move on in life because we have relationships with foods. So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So as you evolve and develop your own relationship, your body will give you signs, and your psyche, your consciousness, your higher self, your spiritual higher self, and your intelligence will tell you, hey, this doesn't feel right for me anymore. I used to have dairy years ago, and like maybe 7 years ago, but I just don't want to go down that thing, because a little bit of carnation milk in my decaf can become, oh, let me buy some non-fat Greek yogurt, and then let me buy some fat-free cottage cheese, because those are the three things. And then it can also lead to some low-fat feta or some organic low-fat halloumi cheese, whatever. You understand what I'm saying with that. It just becomes a rolling ball. So I'd prefer to not give it momentum, and I seek now the alternatives that work for me. And yeah, that's what we do in life. We adapt, we look for alternatives using your environment with its resources. And when you seek, eventually you will find. The journey may be a little bit confusing in the beginning, and it may be challenging and difficult to start, but then you find answers and things are revealed to you, and you find the products that can work for you in your lifestyle. Okay, so don't give up, and let's keep going, and there will be a way. You will get your answers, and it will be fine, and take it easy. And I really encourage us to just let's be in peace with ourselves, saying this to myself, and just be grateful as well. Remember to be grateful for what you do have today, because there may be a time when you don't have it, and then you will regret not having appreciated it. Or you will just look back on it and realize, hey, it wasn't so bad. I was actually really lucky to have that, to be there, to have them in my life, to have this job, to live in where I am, etc., etc. These are examples. So we will always want more, and we'll strive for more, but let's not forget that, you know, we have to be grateful. We have to, because it helps you, it helps me, it helps us to just be a little bit happier in the moment. So that's it, friends. So go forth and give it a go. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this brings great benefit to your life and to your well-being. And I'll see you soon. From me, Jennifer, at Personal Power Wellness, thank you for tuning in, and you're welcome to share this message with anyone that can be blessed and benefited by it. See you soon. Thank you. Bye.